All right, the New Orleans Saints just got absolutely embarrassed on Monday Night Football. Once again, Dennis Allen is outcoached by a superior coach on primetime football with the world watching. Um, you know, what can you say? This is who Dennis Allen is. This is who Dennis Allen led teams are and who they're forever going to be. So let's just I got a list. I got a list. Let's just go down the list. So you come into this game, right? Who are we going against? We're going against the back-to-back Super Bowl champions, right? Patrick Mahomes, top two quarterback ever to play the game, top three for sure, right? What do you know that you're going to need to do going into this game? You're going to need to score some points on offense, right? So when you win the coin toss, why would you ever elect to receive the ball? So when you elect to receive the ball, you forego your chance at double dipping when it gets close to halftime, right? You forego the chance at getting the ball, 2 3 minutes left in the second quarter, scoring, getting the ball back after half, and scoring again. So when you elect to receive the opening coin toss, that goes out of the window. In the year of 2024, if you are electing to receive, if you win the coin toss and you are electing to receive the football, you are an idiot, plain and simple. You're stupid, dumb. So first wrong decision, right? So, but that's what you go with, right? You win the coin toss, you elect to receive, you get to a third and short, your running back, who, God, I feel so bad for Alvin Kamara. God. But he makes this miraculous play on 3rd and 1 when your offensive coordinator calls toss right once again, right? That I got absolutely stuffed, but somehow he makes a play, reverses the field, and gets a first down. And they put a couple good plays together, get into the Chiefs' territory, first down, and your quarterback gets under pressure. And what is the first thing that Derek Carr does when he gets any type of pressure in his face? He winces, he panics, and he just throws the ball, right? He throws the ball. Now, reminder, this is a guy who has been in the league over a decade now, okay? You're in Chiefs' territory, first drive of the game, a chance to go score. First down, pressure in your face, we just throw the ball up. Now, was he trying to throw it out? Maybe, right? I don't know why he would elect to throw it that far down the field if you're just throwing it out. Just take the sack, get an intentional grounding, do literally anything else other than just throw it up for grabs against the Kansas City Chiefs, who you cannot afford to give up possession. So, just to recap, make the wrong decision on the coin toss. Our decade plus seasoned veteran quarterback throws a dumb, boneheaded interception, right? The guy is just whatever, right? Okay. Um, the Chiefs go down, do their thing. Jamal Williams. What are we doing, dude? Like, what? When we elect the next kickoff, why are we like, what are we doing? Like, are we kneeing it down or are we not? Jamal Williams, like, like, I don't know how y'all feel, but I'm so tired of seeing him on this football team. Okay. Um, and then I'm just going again. I'm just going down the list here. I know I'm rambling, but you get to a third down, right? You got to go score. Chiefs are winning. We call a screen pass. Now, are we not aware of who is in the game at offensive line for us? This is not Cesar Ruiz. This is not Eric McCoy. Okay. We have guys that just signed with the team 3 days ago that are not built for this scheme, that are not athletic enough to run these screen passes. So a screen on third down goes for a negative, gain, whatever. And let's talk about the defense for a second. Dennis Allen is supposedly this defensive genius, and yes, he has put some elite defenses on the field. But what do we know about the Chiefs coming into this game? They just lost their best receiver, Rashee Rice, right out for the year. They lost their running back, their starting running back, out for the year. Their receiving options are Juju Smith-Schuster, who, by the way, looked like he was in looked like he just turned back the clock on the Saints. He had a huge night against the Saints. But beside the point, right? We know they're down their main receiving targets. They're going to go and throw the ball to the tight ends. Okay, that is the main options that the Kansas City Chiefs have left right now. Travis Kelsey, right? Something about Dennis Allen and defending tight ends. Like, the guy is obviously a good defensive coordinator, but something about defending tight ends just he just blanks, right? Tight ends kill the New Orleans Saints. They have ever since Dennis Allen took over as the defensive coordinator. Travis Kelsey was wide open with guys not anywhere 20 yards near him, right? Same thing for Gray, their other tight end. And I think that a third tight end even caught passes for them, right? And speaking of the defense, the tackling this year for the New Orleans Saints defense has been horrendous. Horrendous. How many times tonight did we see Patrick Mahomes, a quarterback, juke out defenders, juke out linebackers, corners, say like you would have thought he was prime Reggie Bush playing at USC, Patrick Mahomes. Like the tackling this year on defense has just been awful. So many extra yards have been picked up by the opponents just by the Saints not being able to tackle, right? And the run defense, like the run defense for the Saints has been atrocious all year. That did not change tonight. So you're bad at tackling, you're bad in clutch moments, you can't defend tight ends. Like you can't defend the run. What do you do well on defense? Like if you're Dennis Allen, if you're gonna have Dennis Allen, a defensive head coach as your head coach, he's got to do something well. And at this point, he is doing nothing well as a head coach. He's not a good leader of men, right? Obviously, and right now he's not doing his job on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, like, and Paulson Adebo, the guy is a complete liability on this year. And they said on the broadcast that Dennis Allen said that he's just got to play through it. Like, dude, but at what point is like enough enough? He's the one against Atlanta that gave up the pass interference that took him down into field goal range to basically kick the game winning field goal. He had a huge PI tonight against Worthy that set the Chiefs up to score. He had one that also could have been called earlier in this game that didn't get called. Paulson Adebo is a complete liability right now, and Dennis Allen choosing to keep him on the field is coaching malpractice. I mean, it is right. So you know, let's see, and the Saints defense was able to get a couple or a turnover on downs, right? You get a big turnover on downs, you're in Chiefs territory, pre-snap penalty, like pre-snap penalty, then you're automatically behind the sticks. And again, I'm just going down my list here. I know it's rambling, but like again, Dennis Allen just completely outcoached by Andy Reid. This is one of the matchups where the head coaches are the play callers for their respective sides of the ball, and we've seen this last year on a primetime game when Dennis Allen went against Sean McVay. Sean McVay out schemed him, outcoached him, had guys wide open, and we've seen it again tonight. I mean, Andy Reid just coached circles around Dennis Allen tonight. Guys were wide open all night long, right? Um, and again on the defense, right? Like, the defenses in years past, they would have their bad games, good games, mostly good games, but there was always the passion there, right? They were always celebrating after everything. This defense just kind of looks lifeless out there, man. Like outside of Demario Davis, Alante Taylor, and Colin Saunders, like it just looks like nobody cares. Like maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just a me thing what I'm observing, but to me it just looks like very few guys care to even be out there, right? And you know, like what can you even say? And then you finally go down and score, and then Blake Groupie misses an extra point. It's like, dude, like everything that can go wrong with a football team is just wrong. Um, with the New Orleans Saints, and another thing on the coaching behalf, like you get down to a 3rd and 1, right, close to midfield if I recall correctly, 3rd and 1. I believe we had the full fourth quarter to go. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been close at the end of the third. And again, 3rd and 1, and you gotta burn a timeout in a game that you're down already, multiple scores. We burn a timeout when we know we're gonna need those timeouts later in the game. And then you do it again into the fourth quarter, and then guess what? You're down 2 scores with whatever 5-6 minutes left, and you have one timeout left, which all the Chiefs had to do was run the ball. The game was over at that point anyway, right? But again, like you're wasting timeouts throughout the game. It's just bad all around, man. And then like you get to fourth down, right? The fourth down that Carr got hurt on. That was a beautiful throw from Derek Carr, right? Call it like I see it. but the problem is we're throwing it to the guy from Yale, Mason Tipton. And no disrespect to Mason Tipton, but we should not be throwing to an undrafted free agent from Yale on the biggest play of the game with basically the game on the line. Like it just should not be happening. That's why I've been such a huge fan of this news that the Saints are pursuing Devontae Adams. It doesn't look like they're going to get him, but that's exactly why the Saints need a guy outside of a Chris Olave, who, by the way, where was he tonight? Why are we not targeting Chris Olave? But beside the point, we need a guy outside of Olave and Rashid Shaheed, a big body guy that can make those contested catches with the game on the line. I said it just a few days ago in one of my videos. Like it can't you just cannot be going to Mason Tipton there. Again, all due respect to Mason Tipton, right? And another thing here, and the Chiefs had like a 20-minute time of possession difference. Do you guys understand how significant that is? A 20-minute time of possession difference. And up until tonight, and I got it right here. Up until tonight, the Chiefs have been in close games. In fact, every single game this year that the Chiefs have played have been one-score games. They against the Ravens back in week 1, they won 27-20. Then against the Bengals, they won by 1 point. Against the Falcons, hey, we know them, right? They won by 5 points. Against the Chargers, they won by a touchdown until tonight, and they ran into the New Orleans Saints, and they win by double digits or yeah, 2 scores. So again, like this is just a prime example of an elite head coach going against a terrible head coach in prime time with the world watching. Again, I know this was just me rambling, venting, but I just had to get it out. Like, I don't know. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace.